So, if you agree, let's talk about Season of the Defiance. Okay, I wanted to make this video once the seasonal chain quest thing was finished. That's why the last video I posted is for a few weeks ago. And after the big disappointment for me personally that was the campaign of Lightfall, I had high hopes for the seasonal story to carry the torch forward in a way. And I don't know if it did or if it didn't, but I can certainly say that I feel more emotionally invested in what was going on and what has been going on in this season than I was in the entire campaign of the Lightfall. We have no idea what the Veil is. Apparently it's a recorded history in the archive of the universe and the memory. It's just so confusing that even Bungie have acknowledged they want to tell us more in the next season, which I don't think is some sort of a plan B or some kind of a contingency plan. I think they genuinely are responding to this unanimous feedback that everybody was so angry regarding the nature of one of the most important aspects of the Lightfall campaign. But we're talking about Season of the Defiance. Season of Defiance? Season of the Defiant? I don't even remember the name. Now, one thing that is interesting for me to talk about is usually seasons have something to do, like some kind of a sequel to one of the older expansions, and Season of the Lost, like last year, just before Witch Queen came out, or more than last year, but the season before the Witch Queen, Season of the Lost was in many ways, for me, some kind of a sequel to the Forsaken campaign, because it involved the characters that were very prominent in the Forsaken expansion. So Season of the Lost was a pretty solid season, minus the whole expansion delay that kind of took the fun aspect of the season ending, because it had to be like prolonged for a couple months. But overall it was a pretty solid season, but it wasn't a true sequel for Forsaken. It set up things for what I'm going to assume is going to be Season of Defiance narrative. Season of Defiance is really the story of Crow or Oldrensov, or however you want to call him, losing something and showing how he is reacting to this loss. Osiris lost his ghost in the Lightfall and Strand and Darkness and all of that, and now Crow has lost Amanda, and that is going to have consequences. I don't know whether or not the Traveler is going to resurrect Amanda. I kind of hope that she stays dead, for the reason that she becomes the perfect catalyst for Crow / Oldrensov to truly come out of his shell and just go John Wick on the enemy. And this whole season was 5 weeks. Do you know what other story was 5 weeks in Destiny? The Warmind DLC. But I'm so happy that we've come so far from 5 weeks, 5 missions, which are 2 strikes and just 1 mission on a different planet, to a pretty solid narrative and fantastic voice acting. The activity is, the Season of Defiance activity is pretty okay, it's pretty fun. At this point, I think we are getting conditioned a little bit to going somewhere, shooting enemies, spawning a boss, satisfying a mechanic, and shooting the boss dead. I don't know if this formula is going to persist forever, but in Season of Defiance case, because once you're done with your upgrades, the game just showers you with loot and engrams. That aspect can be overlooked, and it can receive a passing mark. I'm pretty sure we're not done yet, because Crow said that he wants vengeance, and I think we are going to have that vengeance part towards the end of the season, and like the transitional mission from Season of the Defiance to Season of the Deep, which I think is a pretty good place to land. The only problem so far is that, and I haven't read the lore, like the lore cards completely yet, but I don't know if there's any named enemy that we're fighting here, which is a little odd, since why are we still fighting Shadow Legion? Didn't we like make Callus into some kind of a tree? Didn't we kill him? I don't know who these Shadow Cabal are answering to. Can't be Witness, since he's kind of gone. Can't be Callus, because he's a tree now. So I think it's just one of those video games, because video game things. But generally speaking, I had fun with the Season of Defiant. It wasn't a very crazy engaging season. It was a means to give us all of this new loot and reprised. And generally speaking, I feel like the narrative team, the voice acting team, they've done a very good job. I cannot wait to see how the season ends, but I guess until that happens, we're gonna have to do with the Guardian games, and that's going to be it. Overall, Season of the Defiance is way better for me than the expansion Lightfall. And I remember Season of the Undying, which came with Shadowkeep. It was pretty solid. Season of the Risen, I didn't play the season when it came out because I was immigrating to a different country. I was moving to a different country, so I don't know how engaging that season was. I played the entire campaign, the entire weekly campaign, like in 2-3 days, in the middle of Season of the Haunted. So I can't say if it was good or bad, but I think it was more substantive than Season of Defiance. But it was good to see Queen Morosov again. It was good to hang out with Crow again. Devrim K and Mithrax, they were all pretty solid. I wouldn't mind if Mithrax slowly goes crazy and goes dark, but that is neither here nor there. And I have this whole other video planned out for the Vexcalibur mission, because in one of my previous episodes I said I miss Pyramidion, and I never thought I would see that place and there's that boss ever repurposed again, but that's a conversation for another video. For now, I was really happy with this expansion. Well done the narrative team, well done the voice acting team, the weapons and everything. It feels pretty solid. And thank you for watching. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying sane. I don't know if I said this is Wicked in the beginning, but this has been Wicked, signing off.